He dismantled this one bomb. It was in 2 duffel bags. It was 40 pounds of dynamite in each one. Would have blown him sky high.
The nickname that the Trudeau sons had for Fidel Castro was Papa Fidel.
A doctor or a woman could be jailed for life if they were caught.
It does feel intrusive to have big government or whatever sort of intervening into those sort of private realms of life.
And Diefenbaker says, "Get that bastard Saint Laurent on the phone right now. I need to speak to him."
Canada Did What? Is a Postmedia podcast that revisits the big Canadian political events you might think you remember and tells you the real story you never knew. I'm Tristin Hopper. The voices you just heard unpack pivotal moments that helped define our country. And my voice? I'm the host, storyteller, and occasional wisecracker that will take you on an engrossing and entertaining tour of Canada's recent political history, such as Pierre Trudeau's bizarrely cozy relationship with communist dictators before he became our prime minister, and how he ran interference for the worst famine in history. And do you remember the metric wars? We'll look at how the country tore itself up over measurement, and why we now bake our cakes in Fahrenheit, measure the weather in Celsius, buy gas by the liter, and beef by the pound. We'll take you back to the biggest Canadian political phenomenon ever. And I'm not talking about Trudeau mania in the 1960s. In fact, it was just a few years before that. Canadian crowds were being whipped to the brink of tearful ecstasy by the closest thing Canada's ever gotten to a messiah. We'll revisit the story of Henry Morgentaler, who not only fought to change the abortion laws in this country, but put Canadians through such a traumatic and exhausting brawl over it that no politician has ever dared touch the issue again. And we'll look at what really happened and what really didn't happen during the October crisis, and why it was a far more harrowing moment for Canada than what they taught you in school. And somehow, we also managed to have a whole lot of fun doing it. All that and more on Canada Did What? Subscribe anywhere you get your podcasts.